Hello, this is Matthew Robert Payne. Um, I'm the writer. I have been the writer of 215 Christian non-fiction books, and I also have made 6,100 videos here on YouTube. I'm a Christian prophet and a Christian teacher. Teaching is pretty much my most precious gift that I got from the Holy Spirit. Uh, so this video is called "Is Kat Kerr Deceived?" Um, I imagine that mentioning the name Kat Kerr will attract some of her visitors, some of her followers, and I spoke out about Kat Kerr one time, and I was put in hospital with a heart condition. And when they put the monitors to my heart, it showed that there was nothing wrong, but I'd been going through stages where my heart raced and went out of beat. And this was one of the times it was showing all the symptoms. But when they actually put the heart monitor to my heart, it showed that it wasn't out of beat, and I became well. That was witchcraft. That was a whole lot of Kat Kerr followers with a Jezebel spirit wishing for my demise, and I don't wish the same fate against myself right now. So I do this with a risk, but you know, uh, there's people that mock Kat Kerr. There's people who poke fun at Kat Kerr. There's people that say Kat Kerr is false. And they bring up videos of Kat Kerr saying there's mountains of jello and there's Santa Claus world and there's cows driving tractors. And she says some pretty outrageous and crazy things. But I don't think anyone has done a video is Kat Kerr deceived that has watched 200 of her videos that used to be a fan of hers. And uh, Kat Kerr is like the modern day Candace Owens. She says some pretty deceptive things and she can lead you astray. But the similarity between Kat Kerr and Candace Owens is she's addictive. It's hard to pull yourself away. It's like if you're someone who watches Kat Kerr, Satan actually develops a soul tie in you so you can't pull away. It's like stretching bubble gum. It's like stretching plasticine. It sort of doesn't break, and you try and break away from it. It doesn't break. So I'm someone who's consumed about 200 hours of Kat Kerr, and that's a big investment of time. And the Holy Spirit had to pull me away. Uh, I did a 1 hour video about Kat Kerr years ago when she basically crossed the line with me, and I wanted to expose her. And it was called Kat Kerr, the good, the bad, and the dangerous. And I would say watching a Kat Kerr broadcast uh, might not hurt you, just like watching a horror movie mightn't have residual effects on you. Watching Kat Kerr speak might not hurt you, just like watching a porn video may be exciting for you, but leave images in your mind that are disturbing. So it's not a good thing. It's not something that I suggest. Kat Kerr presently is talking about how she's met Charlie Kirk in heaven, and that's a popular thing to say because everyone's, the algorithms on the internet are tuned to Charlie Kirk at the moment. Everyone months ago, and it's still up to today, uh, has a video a lot more popular when they speak about Charlie Kirk, and that's what Candace Owens has been doing for the last 6 weeks, making outrageous videos about the investigation into Charlie Kirk's death, and she's become very popular by people tuning in. I listened to what Kat Kerr said about Charlie Kirk. She said that God gave him a bow, an arrow, and he had 1,000 arrows in his quiver. And I always like to question what's the purpose of the video? What's the purpose of the vision? What lesson can we get from the vision? So I was waiting for that. Why would Charlie have a bow with 1,000 arrows of light? And she went on to say that Charlie gets each of the arrows and shoots them down onto Earth to dispel the darkness. Well, you know, for years, uh, Kat Kerr has been teaching her followers that they can command up to 200 angels, and she's got this stupid, outrageous prayer that no angel would obey. I've met a lot of angels. I've written 9 books on angels, so I know a little bit about angels. And this 2-page prayer is just absolutely outrageous and stupid, stupid. But most of the prayer is go and dispose of darkness and stuff. And it's total garbage. Well, this is what Charlie Kirk's arrows are doing, is coming down to earth to dispose of darkness and interrupt darkness. And you really only dispose of darkness when you preach the gospel or you preach truth. And uh, but anyway, it's crazy, and she has Charlie Kirk doing crazy things. If you want to hear uh, what Charlie Kirk is up to, I interviewed him yesterday in interviews that I do with Saints from Heaven, and I'll put that in the description tag. That's not the reason for this video. I could have titled uh, the video "What's Charlie Kirk Doing in Heaven" and promoted the video, but you know, Charlie Kirk talks about the things that he's doing in heaven, and I've done like 400 interviews with God, where my co-author has asked God questions, and God has spoken through me. Like I've been, to use a New Age term, I've been channeling God, um, and they're really informative. So you may not get the full context or fully understand what Charlie Kirk is talking about in the interview, because there's uh, uh, like a revival and big changes happening in heaven. And when he talks about what he talks about, it's based on you knowing about those changes and how things are changing in heaven. So I'm not sure how much you'll learn from the interview. You pretty much want to have listened to the 100 videos before it to get the full context. But I will put it there For maybe one of you who may be interested in hearing what Charlie Kirk's up to, I really wish I could contact Erica Kirk and tell her that her husband was well needed in heaven, and as revival has taken off in heaven, he's been stewarding that revival and putting people to a place and organising the information that's coming forth. But it's impossible to contact her, and it's possible to get a video watched on Earth. For me, that is. I don't try and do that. But getting back to Kat Kerr, she, I heard her speaking one time about 2 years ago, and she was speaking on behalf of God, like God was supposed to be speaking through her, and she was shouting, but it wasn't God, it was the Jezebel spirit that was speaking. And I've talked to God enough to know what his voice sounds like. And like I said, I've done 400 interviews with bringing God's voice, and it definitely wasn't God speaking through her. It was a wicked spirit called the Jezebel spirit, and I realized that at that time, Kat Kerr was possessed by Jezebel, was affected by Jezebel. I was speaking in Jezebel's voice, but what was more disturbing was she wasn't willingly doing it. She wasn't uh, uh, consciously doing it. She was unconsciously doing it. She really believed the voice that was speaking was the voice of God, but it wasn't the voice of God. It was the voice of Satan. And she really believed it was God. And that's what I realized. Her deception was even worse than someone who's willingly leading you astray. Here we have someone with a big platform where, those videos were listened to 500,000 people each on YouTube. And she's leading 500,000 people. She's speaking with a demonic spirit's utterance, and no one is aware. The actual demonic spirit is saying things that God is supposedly saying, and I don't know if there was many people listening to that could practically discern the Jezebel spirit. I haven't got much discernment. God has stopped me from having discernment because I tend to judge people or get scared of people who've got demonic spirits. But one spirit that I can discern is the Jezebel spirit because it's come against me so many times. But so she was doing that. So I was wondering where she's getting these visitations uh, of heaven and hell from. And she had this teaching years ago that certain people get deceived, and the angel of light appears as Jesus and takes them on tours of heaven and hell that aren't the real heaven and hell. And it seems that that has manifested in Kat Kerr's life. It seems that she visits a place, she visits a real place, but it's not heaven, and she's not actually meeting God. She's meeting spirits that are manifesting like that and deceiving her. So uh, I personally believe Kat Kerr doesn't know what the truth is. That she's been walking with this wrong spirit and walking in deception for so long. She has no awareness that Jezebel speaks through her. She's got no awareness of what she's seeing is not true. Charlie Kirk hasn't got a bow with 1,000 uh, uh, arrows of light that he can shoot to earth and dispel the darkness. He not only has that bow, she says, he's got a whole room full of bows, full of 1,000 arrows, and it just doesn't happen. And it's if you wanted to dispel darkness around a person, you'd pray and intercede for that person, and angels may go and lift the darkness off a person, but shooting a figurative arrow to earth just is the understanding of fools. And same as her two-page prayer that you're supposed to dispatch 200 angels to do is just craziness. Um, I hope some of you who follow Kat Kerr listen to this. I've got a series called God's Last Day's Message to His Children. It's 220 videos where my co-author asks God thousands of questions and God answers through me. I encourage you to go and watch that playlist uh, and hear from God. If you want to know what's happening to Charlie Kirk and what he's up to, we only interviewed him yesterday, and I'll put the link to that Charlie Kirk interview in the description tag below this video. God bless you. I really, it's my prayer that you can break away from Kat Kerr. I'm not sure that I've said enough here to stop you from watching her, but it really is. I feel that was a Holy Spirit inspired analogy. It's like watching Kat Kerr is like watching horror films and not thinking that they're going to affect you later on in life, or watching Kat Kerr is like watching pornography and thinking it's not going to affect you. Um, so, God bless you. I look forward to your comments, even the good and bad comments.